Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's us, the people who like to talk about random things. We're here to talk about random things. As you can see, the name, well, it's not us going on vacation, let's put it this way, and it's not going to go well. But first of all, a word from our sponsor, Goidcoin. This is your last chance. Buy Goidcoin while you can, or else. Goidcoin. Okay, Doku, all yours, mate.
So let's see. What do we start off with first? Well, how about we start off with the corporeal in chief?
Yeah.
And ironically enough, it's good timing for this one because 5 minutes from now, Eastern Standard Time, apparently
Hmm.
our president is going to be taking a long vacation or long weekend to the beach.
Yeah. You can tell I've got things to say about this, can't you?
I mean, it's not like there's anything of significance going on that might need the commander in chief to be, in the White House, sitting behind a desk, doing things.
Sure. Okay.
And and I know what the immediate leftist response would be. It's like, well, Trump
Hmm.
Trump took golfing trips all the time when there was stuff going on. Yeah, he did, but at the same time, do you know the guy was on call the entire time? Do you really think that anyone's going to be able to reach Biden while he's off at the beach? Because I have absolutely no faith in that whatsoever.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's quite a few things going on that would require the attention of the president of the United States.
Can't imagine what you're talking about.
Oh, we'll
But,
get to them. We'll definitely get
but,
to them.
dear old Biden, you do know that he's most likely going to the beach because people have noticed him coughing a lot. Hint, bloody hint. This could easily be their way of getting him out the way and making him better, i.e., jacking him up with the Welsh cure. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call Mr. Ivermectin, the Welsh cure. You're like that. It's a good name. It really is. Anyway, that don't get us banned, I don't know what will. But yeah, they're going to jack him up with what they need to keep him going. This is how they're going to get rid of him. They're going to pull oh, he's not well enough to continue. Let's get in camel toe. Okay, watch for this. This will happen. I'll be shocked shitless if it doesn't.
It wouldn't surprise me. And also, what are you talking about? Mecton is a very esteemed family name.
I agree. I actually get on quite well with Ivor. He's a really nice bloke. I mean, I know he's got a Scottish name with McTen, but it's, what can I say? He's part Scottish, part Welsh. Is what it is. Are they suggesting that the Scottish and the Welsh don't matter? Is that what they're actually saying now? That people called Ivor McTen shouldn't be mentioned? Oh, look, do you know what? That's two whole countries they've insulted. Then again, they insulted America, so why do they give a shit about Scotland and Wales?
I wish I had an answer for you, but I don't know. I mean, Well, actually, I do have an answer for you. They're traditionally white European nations, so they technically don't matter.
That's a worrying thought, but you're probably right with that. But seriously, I reckon that Biden's going there to get checked for the coof. And if he has got it, I mean, let's get blunt, okay? If he has got it, he would have already been given the injections. This is now the proof that the anti vaxxers need, and so they're going to go completely mental over it. Plus, of course, there's that thing going on with Japan and them finding a strange substance. Oh crap! MC wants in. Oh dear. Yeah, sure. Okay, MC. It's almost like I knew that this was going to happen. It's in your DMs, mate. You noticed just capitals. There's not a would you be so kind or anything like that. No, no, no. Japan as right. What's the vaccines called? The one beginning with M.
Oh, Moderna.
That's the puppy. Apparently, they're using Moderna, and they're finding a crystalline substance in their vaccine tubes. Do you really think that that's going to go well? I can't imagine the anti-vaxxers are going to let that go, saying, all the various things that could be injected. Plus, of course, if you do get the injection and it does all go through and everything's wonderful and there's no problems, you're not getting proper doses of it because some of it's gone solidified already.
Oh, and also you're not allowed.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to sue them either. So yeah, they
Yeah.
have no liability. But go ahead and stick this needle in your arm and
Oh, yeah.
become a data point for us.
Well, they've got to test it somehow. Might as well do live testing.
Oh, and if I remember correctly, there were two related but separate stories about this. One was some sort of crystalline buildup, and the other one was an actual
Yep.
metallic substance.
Oh, I didn't know about the metallic one. I only knew about the crystalline one. Oh, do tell about metallic. That sounds fun.
Well, apparently they found like I forget what I want to say it was stainless steel, but they found like some sort of metallic particulates that shouldn't be there. I believe this story
Cough,
came out.
cough, chips. Cough, cough, cough. Sorry, bad cough I've got. Oh no, I might have the coof.
But yeah, so this is not one but two separate stories coming out of Japan. I don't remember if the metallic one was related to Moderna or Pfizer, but yeah, we have two separate stories now. So it's imagine why I don't necessarily trust what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, yeah, obligatory disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional nor am I a virologist. I'm not an MD or PhD. Consult with your doctor, yada yada yada. But apparently, you can't even say that now, considering what happened with Nicki Minaj.
Oh, that, yeah. Oh, MC, how are you, sir?
Screw this. Screw this. Let's talk this now. Look here, Miley. Look here, you frickin' you scumtard. All right, the fact that you did that. All right, I don't give a shit what you think about the president. If you don't think you can serve the president, all right, in that manner, you should have resigned. You don't sit up there and say, I'll get members of the service killed for yourself because I don't like the man who's above me. Look, you fucktard, if you had a problem with this, you should have stood up and said, look, I've got to resign because I think he's unhinged. You lying, self-righteous piece of shit. Somebody, I'm serious now. They need to take immediate action and relieve this man. Immediately. You have responsibilities to the country. If you think that the President of the United States is unhinged, resign, go in front of the public, go in front of Congress, and lay out your concerns. You do not call the enemy of the United States and say, we'll tell you how to kill our men.
I love this. Not only did Miley come out and say that what he did was within the scope of his responsibilities, but he's not going to even address the American people until he gets back from his trip to Europe.
You're a...
Wow.
Words cannot describe my disgust at this piece of shit and everybody who has yet to move against him. This includes you, Austin. This includes every single member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I want your resignations now because all of you were a part of this.
Yes.
You guys have destroyed the military now. You've destroyed it because of your dishonorable actions. You people are not just a disgrace, you're traitors. All of you. And I don't care whether or not, well, see, I'm a ring knocker. I've got these rings and everything. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I needed to say. Sorry.
Okay, that's no problem.
You're good, because that leads into something that I wasn't sure if I was going to bring up, but since it's relevant, I will go ahead and bring this up because this is my favorite hot take. I absolutely love this one. So just give me a moment to share the screen on this so I can just show you what our illustrious Learn to Code journalists have to say about the situation.
Oh, no problem.
Because oh boy, it's just wonderful. I love it.
Okay, enter stream. Okay. Apparently, there's a betrayal from Miley to.
Bullshit! Bullshit! This is a bunch of bullshit, and you know it. He was going to get Americans killed.
Here you go.
All because of himself. This guy needs to be taken out and publicly shot.
Just so you know, this Peter Baker is the chief White House correspondent for the New York Times and MSNBC analyst, husband and co-author of The Man Who Ran Washington. So just so you get that little clip of apparently it was betrayal for Miley to reassure China that Trump wasn't crazy enough to go to war with him. Yes, Peter. Yes, it is for a general to go behind the back of the commander-in-chief of the United States and open secret communications with an authoritative military source, one that's adversarial, one that, oh, by the way, I don't know if you heard about this, MC, but is now threatening Australia as being a potential nuclear strike target because of the deal between the UK, the United States, and Australia for providing them with nuclear-powered submarines. But yes, I'm sure going behind the back of the commander-in-chief, president of the United States, Donald Trump, simply because you don't like him, and undermining our power.
Every member of his staff should be hauled up and on charges. Every single one of them should face a court-martial, and it should be done with freaking prejudice. And all the way down the line who knew about this and never said a word. Anybody that was involved in this conversation needs to sit up there and be ganked and taken out of the military and court-martialed, all right, and have everything taken from them, including all future pay. That includes your freaking retirement, you asshole. It all has to go. And Miley, you should be subject, all right, to capital punishment. I'm not exaggerating this. All right, I'm putting it out there. I was willing to wait for his statement. He confirmed that this is what he did. He confirmed that this man is not fit to wear the uniform of the United States, or really any other uniform, except put it back in a nice little green and red Chinese common uniform and ship his ass over there, trading for one of our spies.
And yep, just so you guys know, we're talking about a general of the United States who, again, in secret, contacted a general for a foreign adversarial power that openly threatens our allies and us, that is a nuclear power that is now openly threatening one of our allies, Australia, as being a nuclear target. And this is the power that this general went behind the back of the president, withheld this information, went out of the scope of his office and responsibilities to contact and reassure that he would provide strategic information for in case we
just... can't wear a McDonald's uniform. No!
He was going to provide our nuclear-armed, adversarial, antagonistic enemy with strategic information if we so choose to take military action against them. There's a word for that. I'm pretty sure you know what it is.
Is there a RICO equivalent to UCMJ?
No, there's not a RICO, but the UCMJ is very explicit in this. You can start with conduct on becoming an officer just for not resigning. Just for the fact that he refused to resign you should automatically come up under Article, I think it's 92 of the UCMJ. Okay. Either Article 91 or 92. All right, which is conduct on becoming an officer. All right, just that alone, just for not resigning. Just for the fact that he had these concerns and he did not have the intestinal fortitude to resign like he should have.
To think, we've been saying that this guy is a traitor for a while now, and he's actually now just going, fuck it, go on then, yeah, I am. It
isn't just him. It's everybody in the Pentagon that supported his nonsense. Everybody that was a witness to this call and didn't do anything about it. Every single one of you needs to sit up there and resign today, because if we catch you, and we will eventually, all right, there will be patriots coming after you guys. You understand it? When we catch you, it's going to be a full-blown court-martial if you don't start resigning right now, and it's going to be the entire book thrown at you.
Yeah.
They have no choice now. Do you realize what he did? There was a former Navy SEAL that was just recently on the radio out here, all right, that was saying something very similar, which is what he did opens up the entire military to telling officers, all your lower enlisted, everybody, I don't have to obey you. You don't have any authority over me.
MC,
you don't have a military because of the nonsense. Well, if I decide that you're kind of stupid, I'm going to ignore your orders.
MC, it's worse than that. Not only was he circumventing the chain of command, he promised our enemy, because bear in mind, this would have been in a situation where we were going to war, or where we're going to make a military action against China, which at that point in time would be the enemy. He was going to go behind the back of not just the president, but the entire United States military. Sorry, real quick. He was going to go behind the back of everyone, even people that serve underneath him, people that could potentially die in this conflict, because he wanted to provide his friend of 5 years working for the Chinese military strategic information, internal leaks of strategic information, so that they could act accordingly on it, putting the lives and the security of the nation and its allies at risk. That is fucking treason.
No, I agree with you. All right. But I'm losing my voice because I'm so angry. If you idiots let this son of a bitch out of this country and he's over in Europe, you guys better put a freaking leash on him and not let him run, because this son of a bitch will run. Yeah. This son of a bitch will run to China. This son of a bitch will sell out America at the highest friggin' levels, folks. That's what this guy has said. If you let this son of a bitch out of the country, you're an idiot. And if he's in Europe and you're part of NATO, you'd better be there to catch this son of a bitch and arrest him the moment he gets off the plane. Because every one of you is at risk as well. This son of a bitch was selling secrets to frickin' China. And if he wasn't selling them, he gave the willingness to try. Think about that. Are you going to let this bastard anywhere near any kind of information now? No, you're going to put this son of a bitch permanently under lock and key. You need to throw him in the deepest, dampest, darkest cell, right? You know what? There's a place let's do a swap right now. How about we do a swap? You guys sit up there and take care of Miley, and we forget about Julian Assange and let him out. You can put him in the same fucking hole.
I'd take that deal. I mean, again, this guy was openly going to say that, before we ever make a strike against you, or if I think we're going to make a strike against you, and I'll go ahead and tell you, also, all of the people that work under me, swear an oath to me that you'll let me know. You'll keep me involved. You'll keep me in the circle. You come to me. You'll let me know. We have a pinky promise, but don't you dare tell POTUS. Don't you dare tell anybody else. This stays between us, and I'm going to contact my Chinese handler at this point in time, because let's be blunt, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like he was a fucking informant for the Chinese military. And this is the same Chinese military that is now threatening Australia with nuclear action because they have a fucking submarine deal with the UK and the US. Yeah, but we're not at open war with China. China's not our enemy. Bull fucking shit. Taiwan is an ally. Japan is an ally. Australia is an ally. China's openly allies with India. China's openly threatened them too. And Miley is giving them a promise that he would fucking leak internal information, give them a heads up, give them a strategic advantage, because Orange Man bad. And what else do you call that except fucking treason? This guy should be dragged out in the middle of the fucking street and hung.
Yeah. Can I politely suggest that this person definitely needs to have any sort of position he has revoked, so he cannot actually use any sort of security clearance whatsoever, i.e. cannot hand it over to his Chinese overlords, because We dare because we don't give a shit. That's how we can dare. And
Taiwan's not a country. Taiwan is the actual government of China.
True.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Nixon,
So,
shove that one up your ass, dumbass.
I take it you're not going to be doing a John Cena here at AMC. You're not going to be translating in Chinese and begging for their forgiveness. I don't think he will. What do you think, Doku?
Rock.
Oh.
Give me a rock.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, just to hammer this point home, let me find something just so you know the type of China that we're talking about.
Okay, mate. You do you. We do have other things to talk about, by the way, but I think this one counts as the most important. Plus, of course, dear old...
Unfortunately, I have to leave.
No problem, mate.
At least I got the rant out of the way at the moment, so I don't go off on a customer. I'll talk to you guys a little bit later.
Yeah, hope your throat gets better, mate. Right. As I say, all of this, plus we've got the enjoyment of Biden running away to the seaside. I mean, come on. What's he bloody well hoping? Yeah, he probably is actually. Are you talking about the Uyghurs?
No, but no. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. This is the China we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This China.
Yeah.
From Li Jinzhao, Chinese government official, verified on Twitter. Spokesman and DTG, Information Department, Foreign Ministry, China. Taiwan is part of China. China must and will be reunified. This historical trend cannot be stopped by any force. We warn the Taiwan authorities that any attempt to seek independence and reject unification is doomed to fail. This is the China that General Miley was swearing allegiance to, because that's basically what the fuck he did.
Mm-hmm.
He's a four-star general. Yeah. 4-star general in the United States military, going behind the back of the President of the United States, Commander-in-Chief, to swear allegiance to this China. This one right here. Fucking treason.
Yeah.
Disgusting son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we have the fucking current corporeal-in-chief defending him. We have the mainstream media apparatus defending him. We'd be like, oh, but Trump was so unhinged, he might have started a war with China. We're gonna go into World War III because Trump, Orange Man, bad.
See, you're saying this, okay? You're saying they're concerned about the Trump doing this and that and whatnot. I agree, they are. I'm not disagreeing at all. I'm more concerned with the fact that your so-called president is buggering off, and just when all this shit show is going on and is going on holiday.
Yeah, we have Japan being threatened. We have China threatening to nuke Australia, essentially.
Yeah.
And we have from 4,000 to 8,000 to now 10,000 migrants swarming the fucking southern border, which is completely being undermined. We even have the State Department saying the media can't even fly drones around there to report on the fucking story. And you have fucking corporeal 2 scoops, double chocolate chip, waffle cone in chief Biden going on fucking vacation for 3 fucking days to go to the damn beach. Like, while you have a fucking 4-star general serving in one of the highest positions of not just the military, but government, Joint Chiefs of Staff, openly admitting to fucking treason. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the ever-living shit? Lefties, I don't want to hear a flying fuck about you saying, like, oh, but Trump was trying to negotiate with the Taliban, and Orange Man bad, and this is Trump's fault, and January 6th, and this and this and that. You have a fucking general capitulating, promising to give strategic information to a fucking country that is openly threatening Taiwan, Japan, and Australia with nuclear action. And the only thing you can come up with is Orange Man bad. Mean tweets and January 6th. The worse than 9/11 fucking insurrection that threatened to overthrow the entire stability of the United States, where the only person who was actually intentionally killed and didn't die of natural causes was a fucking Trump supporter who got shot in the neck by fucking a security detail on the fucking Capitol Hill. That fucking, worse than 9/11 fucking gave everybody PTSD fucking bullshit event. Leftists, go fuck yourselves, because this is the shit you support. I don't want to hear.
You're just going to use this, don't you?
Oh, that's the reason I keep saying. Even Trump is coming out and said now that don't go to September 18th. It's a fucking setup. Of course, it's a fucking setup, because look at how much of a fucking horrible failure this administration is. Look at what they're doing. I mean, shit, they want to fucking monitor your bank account. That's if it's over $600. They want to fucking pass $3.5 trillion in spending bills. But they claim like, oh, we don't have enough money to bring back the $83 billion worth of military equipment that's now in the hands of the Taliban. It's probably being sold off to Iran and China. Fucking inflation is way higher than anybody fucking claims it is, because that's a straight up fucking lie. You have abysmal jobs reports. You have fucking diseases spreading because all the fucking migrants and fucking refugees you're taking in on the fucking southern border, but you're still sitting there and claiming Americans need to be vaccinated, but none of these fucking assholes do. You have fucking measles spreading amongst the Afghan refugees that you weren't able to fucking vet. You don't know if they're Al-Qaeda. You don't know if they're Taliban. You don't know if they're fucking ISIS. You don't know if they have a fucking child bride, for crying out fucking loud, but you still want to relocate them around the fucking interior of the country without doing your own fucking due diligence on that shit. Meanwhile, you have fucking corporeal fucking Joe Biden, who doesn't even know what fucking state he is, let alone what his fucking name is. He still thinks he's fucking Jill's wife, fucking going on vacation to a fucking beach somewhere for the next 3 fucking days, while General fucking Traitor, I'm gonna give your fucking enemy a strategic advantage, Miley, fucking off over to Europe. This is the shit that you fucking liberals voted for, all because Orange Man fucking bad. Hey, you fucking moronic pieces of shit. Fuck you. As far as I'm concerned, you're all fucking traitors too for fucking supporting this shit and not calling it out like you fucking should.
That's interesting, Shirati. According to her, they're showing ankle monitors on kids before being allowed to play sports.
Oh, they're doing that just to fucking track kids that apparently aren't wearing a mask or COVID risk or some other stupid fucking bullshit, because apparently the government thinks that everybody's their fucking slave at this point in time. But yes, slavery is bad. Let's tear down the Confederate fucking statues while we reenact Jim Crow laws and go back to the fucking plantation. Because you know what? The Democrats never fucking changed. They're a bunch of power-hungry fucking morons that think you're stupider than they are. And you know what? Half of you fucking morons that vote for these fucking power-hungry fucking shitheads who have no respect for the Constitution or personal freedoms, you are fucking dumb. Because you're trying to make excuses for these shitbags right now. Fuck you, you anti-American treasonous pieces of shit. No wonder you think the American flag is so dangerous and triggering. No wonder you fucking burn it in the street and fucking put up a Maoist flag or a fucking Antifa flag or a communist fucking flag and sit there and claim that Fidel Castro and fucking is some great thing and Venezuela is some fucking utopia while you wear your fucking Che Guevara shirt, not knowing that Che Guevara killed fucking homosexuals. The same way that you say, oh, well, we need to make the tolerant towards women and people like that while they fucking behead people in the fucking streets. And the only fucking comeback you have is, well, Trump was gonna negotiate with the Taliban too. You're negotiating with the Taliban right fucking now. And oh, by the way, Trump did it because it was the only fucking option he had, because he didn't want our fucking soldiers and citizens getting killed and he wanted to bring people out. And you threw the fucking plan out because you don't fucking care. The only fucking thing you assholes want to do is either start a war, or that's the best case scenario. Best case scenario is you want to fucking start another war so you have a fucking excuse to actually go back in or fucking do something else, or you simply flat out don't give a flying fuck, or worst possible case scenario, you're too fucking incompetent to think 2 weeks ahead what the fuck is actually gonna fucking happen. Either way, you're incompetent, you're stupid, or you're fucking easily manipulated moronic assholes. Maybe a combination of the fucking three. Maybe it's something else I haven't even thought of yet. But you know what I do fucking know? The one thing I fucking know is that all you idiots who sit there and keep making excuses for people like Joe Biden and General Miley, all because Orange Man bad, because you're stuck in your tribalistic fucking narrative, listening to dipshits like Don Lemon and Anderson Cooper and Chris Cuomo, you're the reason that we actually shouldn't allow everybody to vote. You should have to go through a fucking cognitive test before you're allowed to cast a goddamn ballot, because you fucking dipshits will destroy this country so fucking fast, we won't have to do a damn thing. And once everything is said and done, it's going to be my favorite fucking hashtag of the past fucking 9 months. Hashtag I fucking told you so. But by the time it actually fucking gets through that damn thick fucking skull of yours, once the worm is done eating out whatever fucking little brain matter you have left sitting in there, rattling around like a fucking jumping bean, it's going to be too fucking late, because I'm going to have to be sitting in my fucking basement with a fucking shotgun and a fucking AR-15 that you so desperately want to take away just to save my ass from the fucking bleeding heart masses wondering where they're going to get their next fucking meal from, because they were too stupid to look into the future to see what the fuck these over fucking paid leech parasite fucking idiots are fucking doing to this country because you openly vote against your own self-interest. Because again, you're so wrapped up in tribalism that you can't think for your fucking selves. You just think, oh no, the other side is bad, Republicans bad, Orange Man bad, because you're addicted. You're so addicted to shit that gets shoved down your throat by people with fucking power wielding gilded spoons that as soon as somebody tries to call you out for it, even people like Nicki Minaj, you lose your ever-living shit. And you fucking can't handle it because you can't handle being fucking wrong, but you're too stupid to actually make a decent decision on it at the same fucking time. And then you want us to fucking pay for your bad fucking decisions. And then when the country fucking crumbles, the only thing you can do is point fingers and go with whataboutism and shifting the goalpost, like the fucking easily manipulated moronic sheep you are. Fuck you. Every single one of you. Fuck you.
Better?
Vaguely.
Okie dokie. Cool. Right. I'm going to do the Star Trek theme because I want to. Plus, it's going to probably get you to have yet another rant. So, are you ready?
Yeah, kick it off. We're on a roll. Why not?
Okay. I'm assuming you know that they, note the air quotes here, wanted to turn Kirk into a bisexual. You heard about that, right?
No, but I'm not surprised.
It gets worse. They now want Spock to turn fully gay.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. And again, I'm surprised they haven't already.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not a terribly devout Star Trek fan. It was never my cup of tea, but the same way I can empathize with the Doctor Who fans, I can empathize with the Star Trek fans as well, because of course they're going to. They won't make any new characters. They won't try to be creative. They won't do anything. They'll just take an already established character and just retcon it to their own fucking, whims and desires, because, that's all they can do.
Yeah.
And it won't even be a compelling fucking story at that.
Well, of course not. But
it'll just be,
wow.
Yeah, he's gay. Don't you like him now? We liked him when he wasn't. So what's the point in him being gay? But he's gay. You have to like him now because he's gay. We already liked him before. Did you hear the first part of the statement? What's the point? Why is he gay? Don't be homophobic. He's gay. You need to like him. You need to like him because he's gay. Okay. So why is he gay?
Now we don't like you. Now we don't like him. Fuck you.
Yeah. So what? Why is the character gay again? Why is the character bi again? Why is the character trans again? Because representation. But what does it have to do with the story or the character? Don't be a phobic. You're white supremacist.
Yes.
You're just an istophobe. Don't question our diversity.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't Wesley Crusher just have, a clone that was something, nope, that takes effort.
Let's be fair. Wesley Crusher was so close to being gay, it's funny.
Again, you could have taken Wesley Crusher and it would have made more sense, but these people are, well, let's be blunt. The majority of them say, like, I was always a Star Trek fan ever since the tender young age of 23. How old are you now? 25. Uh-huh.
The ancient past. Yeah.
I took a gender studies course when I was in college, and I took a writing course, and now Disney hired me because I have the right pronouns. Let me go write. And, well, do you have any experience? No, not really. Well, did you ever intern with anything? No. Did you ever watch Star Trek? No. What are your pronouns? Zimzer. Okay, you're hired.
Yep. Jim has asked us to explain retcon. You or me?
Do you want to take it? I've ranted a lot. So.
Okay, I'll give it a go. Retcon is basically where they change the story to how they decide it now fits, and all the things you thought you knew no longer matter because they're rewriting the story, and this is now how it is. Deal with it, people. And by the way, if you think that I'm just overreacting by saying that, no, this is the problem. I'm not. This is what retcon means. Yes, changing the past. Yep.
Yeah, it's basically reconstructing. So it's rather than progress the narrative, you go back to what was already written and what was already established as canon, and you change it so that it fits whatever your new narrative is. Because again, we can't write new stuff. We actually have to change the past, because if we don't, then gay Spock and bisexual Kirk don't make sense.
You know that they're going to put, they can actually rethink Kirk and have him go black at some point soon. You know this, don't you?
I don't
You're
even...
horrified, I know, but you know that's what they're going to do.
The annoying part is you could have like a multiverse and an alternate reality. If you just had a little bit of creativity, you could actually work. But the fact of the matter is they're too lazy and too lacking in talent to actually figure out something so simple as, I don't know, what does a wormhole look like in fucking sci-fi? It's not like we have plenty of examples to turn around and look at alternate realities. It's not like the fucking Star Trek motion picture did that in the first fucking film.
Do you know, Star Trek itself has kind of actually had the opportunity of doing this. I mean, they brought out and don't get too paranoid with my statement here, but they brought out the Dark Universe. Why don't they just have one of the Dark Universe versions a black Kirk? I could live with that. It's a different universe. It's alternate. This is fine. But when they start to change, yes, actually, I understand, Shirati. Yes, you could work that. It's not difficult. It really, really isn't. But hey, you've got an entire universe that you can play silly buggers with that, as it says, it's similar but not the same. That is what the whole point of the Dark Universe is about. Just tweak it, adjust things. But like we said, that means rewriting and that means thinking. We'd rather just change the reality to how we want it. And if you don't accept it, scream, shout, and stamp. Just have interest. Do they actually realise that they're not 5-year-old kids, or do you think they just, stay in there and that's it?
Well, the reason that they actually do this, and I've seen a lot of people who applaud this type of crap on Twitter openly admit to it. They're not doing it because they want good stories or because they want representation or because they want to expand the franchise or anything like that. They're specifically doing it because they want to destroy the established canon, because they think the established canon is problematic for whatever reason whatever flavor of the weak reason there is. Like they don't have any love for the franchise. They're not fans. There's a reason we call them fake geeks. Their entire purpose is destruction. That's because they hate you. Like, let's be blunt. That's the whole reason. They hate you. They hate what you love. They hate what it stands for. So they seek to destroy it. I know there's a lot of people who say that's not the case. Like, that's not true. Find me one reason where that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like, just one. Like,
yeah, you're right.
I mean, they don't like Albert Wesker because he's white and blonde, so they'll make him black man. But they'll say, well, it's not the same thing. Well, then why is it Albert Wesker? It's because it's not. It's because they want to destroy the canon. Well, why is Tila all of a sudden a shaved head, fuck the establishment, I'm better than you, spiteful little asshole, even though that was never her character? It's not because they want a strong, empowered female woman. It's because they hate Tila, because she's actually already strong, empowered, and female, but she's too feminine. She's not one of them, so they have to destroy it. Why is He-Man a gay little bitch? Well, because He-Man's a stereotypically strong, overemphasized, typical manly man. So now we got to destroy him. We got to emasculate him. Why do we have to make this character bi? Why do you have to make this character trans? It's because they want to destroy it.
Yeah.
They don't like the characters. They don't care about the characters. They're doing it because they hate you. That's why. That's what it's about. They're spiteful little assholes, and they're going to inject their spiteful little asshole energy into anything that you actually enjoy. Because if I can't have it, nobody can. They are the equivalent of children breaking toys on the playground because I didn't get to play with it first. That's it. They're fucking children.
Like I said, do they realize that they're not 5 years old?
And considering the way the majority of them act, I can't even say I have to say yes, just because there's nothing I can say in good confidence that would suggest otherwise.
Okay, all right. Well, that was what I wanted to say about Star Trek, but if you know about it, it makes life so much easier. I'm glad everyone else knows they're ruining shit. Yeah, you got things you want to talk about. What are you going for next?
Oh, where do we go for next? Because we got a couple of the topics off the table with MC and mine self's little rant about Miley and his absolute nonsense. So we already went over. I think you guys already went over Japan. We already went over China threatening to make make Australia a nuclear target. North Korea is firing off ballistic missiles again, apparently, because they don't respect the United States.
Apparently, so did South Korea, so I'm not going to defend anyone here.
Yeah, so there's that. So we've got all that out of the way. Oh yes, the lead actor of Shang-Chi, Simu Liu,
Sounds right. Sounds
Simu.
right. Yeah.
I think it's Simuliu. I think that's how you spell his name.
Yeah, sounds about right again.
So apparently, he had a Reddit account and some Reddit posts back in the day that have resurfaced, and apparently he was making some. How should I word this? Apparently, he played a character who was attracted sexually to children and was making a sympathetic argument about being attracted to children. And I guess this got out, and not even the SJWs want to defend him now.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess now our strong virtue signaling Asian actor is suddenly considered problematic overnight. Funny how that happens.
Can't see that going badly.
And honestly, I kind of hate to say this, but it actually does surprise me, considering that we're talking about the same group of people who tried to defend Weinstein and well, they didn't really defend Epstein, but they tried at the very beginning. But yeah, the same ones who say, well, that's just ageist, or I'm just a minor attracted person. How dare you discriminate against me, you bigot? And I thought the Tumblr crowd was all about that a couple of years ago, but I guess the tides change.
Yeah, well, is what it is. So basically, the oh, I'm going to get in trouble for this. The Great Yellow Hope is really not working for them, huh? A bit like the Great White Hope, but obviously yellow.
Well, again, I'm kind of surprised because they were championing him because he was saying all the right things, but I thought this was part of the repertoire of what all the right things was, according to what you guys have been saying for the past couple of years. This is the deal breaker. But it wasn't a deal breaker before, but it's a deal breaker now. Why is that? Like, why in particular this one instance? I'm curious. Is it because he's Asian? Is it because the movie is not going to make its money back and is essentially indicative of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, basically being on its last legs? Because let's be blunt, the MCU is dead. Is it because China basically gave you the middle finger, and so you're not going to have access to that audience? So, man, fuck it, throw you to the wolves. Like, what changed? I'm curious.
Be interesting to see what if they come up with a reason for any of this. Though, in all fairness, they are going to twist it. They are going to representation it, and they're going to basically cover up this shit as quick as they humanly can. The point is that the whole thing with the map thing, they're going to cover it up. They're going to remove it, and they're going to give you some new sparkly things to look at, just so people forget about it. That's my guess, anyway.
Well, it's the strategy they've been using for the past 4 fucking years. As soon as something becomes not favorable to their narrative. They just say, "Hey, look at this thing over here." It's like dangling keys in front of a fucking baby. So that's the way these people act. Baby's crying, dangle the keys in front of them. Oh, goo goo gaga.
Yep. Shirati has said the southern border is a no-fly zone.
Yeah, funny. Technically, it's a no-fly zone, but that hasn't usually applied to drones. And the media's been flying drones over the U.S. side of the border, and maybe illegally on the other side. But they've been doing it for at least 6 months, probably more likely closer to a year, 2 years. So it's just strange that the State Department comes out now and is like, "Nope, cease and desist." It's like, well, wait, why now? All of a sudden, it's it's a cause for concern.
You want to know why? Oh, I can tell you what. If you're genuinely asking me why, I can give you a reason. Are you?
I'm curious to hear what you got to say.
Oh, that's easy, mate. They're actually bringing up a new caravan of migrants real soon. They don't want people catching wind of it prior to this. They don't want you to see them and what's happening with stroke to them. And yes, I did say with stroke to. I don't want you guys to know, and this way they can keep it all nice and hidden by, hold it, one sec. It's a no drone zone too, because Biden isn't sending people back to anywhere. No, she's not wrong. But like I said, it's because there can be a new caravan. It's been spoken about recently that one is on its way. I'm guessing it's going to be hitting Mexico real soon. And so, of course, they don't want you guys to actually hear about it before it's already come across.
I mean, we already know the purpose is information blackout. It's not for the sake of security or any real legitimate reason. It's like you said, it's because they don't want information spreading. And as we've seen, the mainstream media has lost control of the narrative. Social media is a thing. Everybody has a camera on their cell phone. Everybody has a cell phone, and drones aren't exactly that difficult to come by. And you don't need to work for a major 3 or 4 letter news agency to get your message out there. So yeah, the only reason you would do this is if you're trying to enforce an information blackout because you're planning on doing something that would probably piss people off.
Shorty saying most of the people in the caravan are Haitian.
Huh. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna keep a tab on that because honestly, I would think most of them would actually be coming from Middle East and North Africa, but
no, they're actually being flown over. These are coming up through Mexico.
Again, I would believe Haitian though. I would still believe like Salvadorian, Guatemalan. That's usually what we're looking at, but yeah, I don't know. I'll keep an eye out, see if I see anything. Because
just mentioning it. I mean, let's be honest. The crap we say is not going to be heard by those that matter, but at least it's being said, and at least some people can hear it and choose whether or not they want to go, "Oh, I heard about that," and then bring it up again and say it to people that do really matter. I know that we're not anyone that important, but it's surprising the sort of shit we end up hearing, isn't it?
Yeah, indeed it is. And Laszlo in the chat, those people will turn purple states blue. It depends on the state, because any state that doesn't have voter ID and uses mail-in ballots and has ballot harvesting as a legal practice, those states are already blue. Getting some of these purple states to turn blue without pushing that is not going to work. But what it will do is that these states that are already blue, where a good amount of them are being relocated to, and this is what a lot of people won't talk about, and it's the reason that they don't want to have the citizenship question on the census. It's not going to get you more Senate seats, but because the population will increase drastically, especially in these blue states, that will give you more House seats, which means you don't even have to flip a state. All you have to do is just have more representation. How do you get more representation? Well, you flood the state with a bunch of migrants and you don't ask the citizenship question on the census and say, oh, look, my population's grown by 10, 20, 60 million. I need 8 seats instead of 5. Guess what? That gives you an easy majority, and it doesn't require that much effort. That's the dirty little secret that nobody will mention.
That's bad.
Wow.
Wow.
Why do you think we've been pushing for the citizenship question on the census? Because the role of a House representative or a Senate representative is supposed to be representing American citizens, not migrants, legal or illegal. Doesn't matter. You're not an American citizen, so it's not the job of the American representatives to represent you. But yet, they will increase House seats simply by using that one simple little trick.
Shirachi reckons they're moving the aliens to red states to turn them purple. Opinion?
Again, the only way they're going to do that is if they can have. They're going to have illegals voting in the in elections, which, yeah, you might turn some purple states blue in the future, but it's not going to be of an immediate benefit to them. Because the states that are already purple still generally tend to lean red, and they're already under enough scrutiny right now that if you have a lot of registered voters, but then you have this many votes versus this many registered voters, people are gonna ask, okay, where the hell did these votes come from? And if it turns out that you have illegals who are getting sent out mail-in ballots, and don't get me wrong, this could potentially happen because they've gotten some brass balls on them lately because they got away with it not once but twice now. They very easily could try this, but if they blunder just a little bit, it's not going to end well for them. I would think the more likely plan is swell the population of states that are already blue strongholds, get more representation, and then start trying to pass laws that maybe you're not voting in a federal election, but start allowing people who aren't U.S. citizens to vote in local elections. And then once that's been established and people kind of get used to it, it's like, okay, it's really not that big a deal. Then they'll vote in state elections. Then you give it a few more years, then it'll be federal elections. It's going to be a slow death march, but it will happen if you allow this shit to happen on any level. But right now the trick they're going to go with is what I said earlier. They're going to use it to swell the population of blue states, and they will fight against voter ID, and they will fight against the citizenship question on the census simply to get more representation in the House. Because right now, that's what they're scared about losing the most is the House. Because they're on the cusp of losing it in 2022. Because let's be blunt, this administration has been abysmal, and we're not even a year in. They're going to need a few extra seats if they hope to keep any significant power. That's why you're seeing this happen.
Okay. Fair. Yeah. Well, yeah. How am I going to put this? It's not just your country that's fucked now. We're all fucked with what's going on. Talk about people are really just trying to grab what? One sec.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, outside my house, there's helicopters flying over, and then there's a whole bunch of sirens going. Ooh, I wonder what's happening. Cool. Sorry. Yeah. Just curious. Technically, there's a live update for you. South London, something's happening. Don't know what yet, but something.
Well, we could take bets, but
It's South London. It could literally be anything.
yeah, I was gonna say it's quite a broad spectrum of potential possibilities.
Yeah, South London, the only place that the Taliban don't want to attack. They're too scared.
Well, why would they do it? I'm pretty sure they have a lot of allies there already.
You know, people say that a lot, but it's not anywhere near as much as you think. If anything, my area is more Polish, Romanian, and basically Eastern Europeans.
Oh, so you're not completely fucked yet.
Yeah. That's another siren I'm hearing. Wow. It may well be someone got stabbed on. That's the thing. Right. Anyway, away from my until I start hearing explosions, and yes, I will report if I hear explosions. What else you got? Because you said you had a couple.
Well, we got through the majority of them at the very beginning.
Awesome.
So let's see. What did I have? Anything else?
I have no idea, mate. All I know is you said you had a couple. So
Let's see. We went over the sub thing. We went over China. We went over Miley. We went over Biden going on vacation. We went over.
It would be good if we could have had Farty here to talk about the Australian thing, but something tells me we're probably not going to see him anytime soon, to say the least.
Yeah, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, no. I think we actually went through everything that I actually had for today.
Oh, okay. And that's quite possible. But I'm going to remind you the number of shootings that have been going on in England recently. I'm not joking. I heard at least 4 sirens. Now, all right, they don't all have to be ambulance or police. It could be a nice mix of the two. But nonetheless, that's still a lot of sirens, plus what I'm assuming was either a police helicopter, and then another siren after, which was more than likely the ambulance after the police are getting there. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if anything has happened. But why the fuck are you still up, woman? Go to bed, you irritation. Yeah, actually, that's quite possibly the case. Welded in. Poor sod. He must be going mental. Possibly literally. Oh well. Alright. Well, in that case, I'm going to go with the... Unless you've got anything else, anything else you want to say, mate?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, just so as I've got some time left on StreamYards, we're going to end it here. Good luck, America. Okay? Don't think I'm taking the piss, because I really, really ain't. I genuinely feel for you guys. Good luck. You guys need to do something about Mr. 4-star Traitor. I just don't think anything is going to happen. And just watch for them to rewrite the wording of being a traitor, because I can see that happening, can't you?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Oh well. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the suggestion, Doku. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
See you guys.